Good question, actually, because everybody has a different view as to what they like, and often it isn't what you personally like, it's what works in the situation. So horses for courses, if you understand that phrase. So sometimes I'll talk to a group or a community and they'll say, we really want a sculpture of this. And then you might say, well, why do you want that? And you'll get a dozen different answers, because everybody says, well, I really like that thing I saw at such and such, and da-da-da. So what we try and do from that is to take everybody's viewpoint and we put it into a document and what we call a brief. And then you try and get into the minds of the people that are asking for the piece of artwork. And you show them examples of artists' work, and they say, oh, I like that kind of thing. You know, for example, at Blade and Leisure, you might have been to the swimming pool there. This piece, the piece by Joe Hillier, The Standing Man, they were very clear that they, the organisation wanted a human figure because it was going to be used by so many people, and it was going to be about health and well-being and sport and swimming. People are always asking why an angel, and the only responses I can give is that no one has ever seen one. The angel has three functions, and this is important. Firstly, a historic one to remind us that below the site there was coal mining, and it was a really dark area for over 200 years. There's mining on that area for a long time. And secondly, to grasp hold of the future, and this is a more difficult one because he's saying that the angel expresses the past because its feet are dug into the ground, well, it's on the surface, but the foundations go right below the ground, very, very deep, otherwise it wouldn't stand up. So it's kind of marking the place where mining happened, but it's also looking forward to a new age and celebrating engineering, because that was the techniques that the region, shipbuilding and, you know, all the heavy industries of our area. So it's really kind of using that process, but it's also looking forward to a new era, a more digital era. I suppose you have to use your imagination about that one, but the wings, if you go up to the Angel site, I don't know if you've actually been up there. No, you must go there because it looks very, very different when you're actually on the site. The wings are slightly tilted forward, so it's kind of embracing people. It's wanting to say welcome, welcome to Gateshead, welcome to the Northeast. Sometimes I would say the average length of time is probably about 18 months from the idea stage through to drawing up the proposal, which is what you're doing at the moment, to the actual, the artist has then got to make the work, and sometimes they will make it themselves in their own studios, or other times they will get it fabricated. Do you know what I mean by fabrication? Yeah. So, for example, Anthony Gormley didn't go and make the angel in his studio. He had to get a major engineering company involved. The National Lottery had just become, you know, a purpose that we could actually sort of apply for. And actually European funding also funded the angels, so that's quite a useful thing topical thing to know about at the moment. When people say, what does Europe do for us? There was a lot of concern and worry and upset and annoyance and, you know, real hatred before the angel was put up. But the minute it was there, you suddenly started noticing it in the press and in the media and on people's publicity, on the vans. And it was taken up, if you like, by the region. I mean, obviously not everyone, you know, loves it, but it was taken up as a symbol. And I think when that happens, that is a real proof of success.